Isn't always easy. Imagine being without accurate information and reliable skills as you navigate the journey to adulthood. Do myths end up masquerading as reality? Do peers, television and the internet stand in for reliable resources and information from caring qualified adults? Fortunately, Comprehensive Sexuality Education, or CSE, can make this journey easier, more certain and healthier for many young people around the world. You may know CSE as Life Skills Education, Family Life Education, or HIV Prevention Education. No matter what the name, CSE aims to ensure that all young people develop the knowledge and skills to make conscious, healthy and responsible choices about relationships and sexuality. CSE has always been a part of many cultures. Often family members taught young people about puberty, sex and relationships. Now, as societies change, the responsibility is increasingly shared with health workers, teachers and schools. CSE in schools is led by trained teachers and professionals. It focuses on the development of practical skills and knowledge that is scientifically accurate and comprehensive. CSE starts in primary school with age-appropriate content and builds on topics gradually as the child grows older and develops. It looks at human development throughout every phase of life, including physical, psychological, social, and spiritual dimensions. CSE gives young people a chance to think critically about gender and about their role in their culture and society. It teaches about tolerance, non-violence, respect, equality, and empathy. CSE shapes values, attitudes, and decisions about relationships, including healthy sexual relationships when the time comes. With this knowledge and these life skills, it's easier for young people to decide if, when, and with whom to have sex, and how to say no if that's not what they want. It's a fact. All the evidence shows that good quality CSE helps young people to delay their first sexual experience. It also helps prevent HIV, sexually transmitted infections, and unintended pregnancy. Young people deserve to be healthy, happy, and to realize their fullest potential. They deserve to grow up in a world with CSE, a much less scary, less confusing, and less harmful place than a world without it. As leaders, teachers and parents, we have the responsibility to act now. So comprehensive sexuality education is part of every young person's journey to adulthood, no matter where in the world they live.
Hi, I'm Mary and you are?
I'm Bridget.
Okay. I want to ask you a question.
Sure, I'm listening.
When you hear about sex education, what comes to your mind?
Okay. So for my own definition, sex education is about you knowing your sexual organs and its uses.
Okay. Is that all? Okay, thank you for your time. Hi, I'm Mary and you are?
I'm Patrick.
Okay. Please, I want to ask something. When we say sex education, what comes to your mind? Like, what's your thoughts about sex education? How do you understand it?
All right. To my understanding, when we talk about sex education, we are referring to the knowledge an individual has concerning his sexuality and how that aspect can be developed. Yeah, that is what I know about sex education. Yes.
Okay, thank you for your time. Hi, I'm Mary and
Kelvin Watson.
Okay, I said, when you talk about sex education, what comes to your mind? What's your thoughts about sex education? And is sex education good?
Of course, yes, it's very, very good because it provides us with sexual information on how to prevent unwanted pregnancy and infection such as the gonorrhea and HIV and all that. I know I had a friend like this. He's called, I don't want to mention his name though, but Kwabna, if you're out there, you can hear me. He was having this sexual intimacy with someone, right? And he had no idea about this sexual. He has never been in school before, so I was trying to educate him and all that, but he never took me serious. So there was a day that he had sex with this girl, and he later came to tell me that he's having this experience and he doesn't know what's going on. So I tried to tell him that, why don't he reach out to the hospital? When he went there, he was told that he's having this gonorrhea and all that. So I think sex education is very good because with this knowledge, he wouldn't have been in that situation, right? And I think it's very, very good for mostly in the school, the lecturers and all that should also provide us with knowledge on sex education. If not, without that, people will find themselves in this issue and all that, and it's very, very hurtful to see students like us in that situation. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So now, from the review of all the interviews that we've conducted, how will you conclude on sex education, or what do you say about sex education?
Okay, so thank you. For me, I would say sex education it's a very important subject that should be treated in every school in Ghana, and it shouldn't be limited to only having intercourse or entanglement with someone, or it shouldn't be based on sex as in having a man and woman or a girl and boy, but rather having a healthy relationship. And for us to support sex education, or for us to make it very known in Ghanaian schools, we have to come together and help one another to spread it in schools. And research say that children or youth or people who are being exposed or who are likely to receive sex education at early stage are less get pregnant, or it reduces teenage pregnancy because they are being exposed, they are being taught. Whereas children who are not being exposed or who are not being taught by sex education are more likely to involve themselves in teenage pregnancy or involve themselves in acts that Okay, so in order for us you and I to support the sex education, one, we have to volunteer our time. We have to campaign in our society, in our workplaces as well. We have to donate money in the society for us in order to spread the sex education. Mind you, not all the people who have the chance to be in the school or be in the classroom to be taught. So as an individual and as a society, what can you do? That's why I said earlier on that you be in a campaign with a corporate society, or you donating your time, you being a volunteer. Do you get it? So with that, I think we can, with the help of the corporate institution, individuals, we can help to spread the sex education or being as a subject in all the schools in Ghana. And let's stand together as individuals and let's promote comprehensive sex education for the future.
What do you want to add up to what our colleagues said about sex education?
Yeah, with all being said, I feel like comprehensive sex education should not be taken lightly. And I feel like we should not just restrict ourselves to influencing schools to help, comprehend for the sexual education, but we can also, influence the religious institutions as well to help influence sexual education so that we can have a better society for tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I just